All right. Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? That's very important. Let me know if you can. Um, and we're gonna break some things down today. Discuss a couple of things that happened today, and let me know if you guys can hear me. Very important that you can. If you cannot hear me, let me know. Gonna do a couple of fixes here. Let's see. All right. I think you guys should be able to hear me. I think there it is. I think you guys can hear me. Is there any echoes or anything like that? Good morning. Good morning. All right. Any echoes or am I fine? I put on some echo cancellation and I think it should be fine. So I found out before we get started, a little icebreaker, that this building is actually haunted. What does that mean? This is a very old building. And so it's like I'm not gonna tell you what the building is, but I wonder if this that won't give it away. No. Um that won't give it away. That won't give it away. Okay, I'm good. Okay, that's good. You guys will never know. So the building, somebody said, is a bit of an echo. Let me turn on some noise cancellation. Let me turn on some noise cancellation. Let's go to settings. Let's go to audio. Let's see. Headset, earpiece, Bluetooth headset. I mean that should be it. It shouldn't be too echoey. Anyways, with that said, with that said, so no, I don't work in Rockefeller. I wish, but I don't. No building in Rockefeller is this old. But anyways, this is like an antique. But let me tell you guys something. So the last person that worked my position, he quit because the building was haunted. So the one of the employees been here, and he told me, he said, "Yo, somebody, the last person quit," and I do, I go and I have to patrol the building, and then I do notice a couple of things. The first thing was debunked. I saw a door open, slam shut, open like three times. My heart almost sunk. And I say, yo, this joint is freaking paranormal activity in this mother effer, is what I said. But luckily, I mustered the courage to see what it was, and it was just the wind. That's good, debunked. Then the second occurrence was like I think it was like a couple of days ago. I went upstairs to a floor, and I'm the only one in this building. There's no one in this building, and I heard some voices in the hallways, like people talking. And when I go check to see what it is, nobody was there. I was like, you know what? These are probably demons, but these demons ain't gonna pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? If I quit this job because I'm hearing voices, those voices ain't gonna say, we got your bills, JP. Now, somebody may be saying, JP, do some deliverance. Now, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm a very, very easygoing man. Those little spirits, you stay over there, and I stay over here, and we don't got no issues. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, there's demons all over the world. The Bible says that Satan's the king of the airways. What you think this is? I'm not gonna go around starting trouble. Y'all stay y'all lane. Y'all stay in y'all lane. Y'all know I'm covered by the blood. I stay in my lane. I got a job to do. Y'all stay over there. Y'all do whatever. Y'all have y'all conversations. I'm gonna have my conversations over here, and we don't got no problems. We don't got no problems. We don't got. But tell me, CK, are these demons gonna pay my bills? If I quit this job, CK, they're gonna pay my bills? No, they're not. So y'all could do all the talking y'all like. I'm covered by the blood. I'm good to go. I'm chilling. But that was the only thing that I peeped. That somebody said, JP, remember, do not cross the streams. What are you talking about? Somebody said next time you're gonna see orbs. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Uh, I can see why the last guy quit. I can see. You know what I'm saying? And theoretically, right, logically speaking, maybe I'm tired and that's why I heard what I heard. But no, I don't believe in coincidences. And my hairs do like stick up a little bit when I be walking in certain areas, but I am covered by the blood, so I'm chilling. I'm chilling. And plus, this is New York. There's demons everywhere. I mean, everywhere you look, there's a demon. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I see demons for free all the time in New York City. So if I get paid to see demons, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like I said, I'm covered by the blood. They don't start trouble. They don't start levitating things and all that stuff. I'm good. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. But all right, I think that's the little the icebreaker. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. That was the little icebreaker. So now we're going to get right into the stream, and we're gonna hit this. The reason I got a hat on is because my hair looks a mess. It looks a mess. I need to hit a barber shop immediately. I look homeless. But with that said, um. Yeah, sorry, just got a message. Just give me 1 second, fellas. Respond to this, and we should be good. All right, whatever. All right. So, anyways, let's deal with this. So, I want to give you guys a I want to give you guys a history lesson with HHS and um how HHS and I um became friends and how this original sin thing all happened. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the history lesson. I was having a discussion with a Catholic on HHS's channel about 6 to 8 months ago. This is a time where I saw Catholics as enemies. I don't agree with Catholics, but just like the demons, y'all stay in y'all lane and I stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it now. Just like the demons, you stay over there, I stay over here. We don't got problems. If you want to have a conversation, we could have a conversation. That's that. But just like the demons in this building, the Catholics can stay where they at. You feel me? But back then, I was coming at the Catholics, and they were coming at me. There was a war, and so I told HHS. I said, HHS, I want you to host a conversation between a Catholic and I. He said, no problem, JP. You got it. None of this that I'm gonna share, although some of the conversations were private, they're not personal. So it's not like I'm exposing HHS hidden sin or something like that. Like it's nothing like that, right? Like it's nothing like that. Like it's not like, oh, expose. I'm just giving you like these things happened, and yeah. Somebody said, Otis said you're having conversation with demons. No, sir. But I did hear some voices up in a building over here somewhere upstairs. And like I said, I'm covered by the blood. The spirits could talk all they like. That's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not my problem. But anyways, like I said. So anyways, at the time, and again, this is not anything private or anything like that. Like me and HHS have had private conversations that will stay private, but this is not private. This, it's whatever. So anyways, me and this Catholic, we have a conversation on his channel, and HHS gives me a phone call, or I give him a phone call. One or the other. I give him a phone call, or he gives me a phone call. And we get on the phone, and he goes, JP, you did excellent, but you look very shaky. I go, I look shaky. He goes, yes. What do you mean? He goes, on the original sin, my man, you look very bad. And from that phone call, The rest is history, my friends. All this nonsense you see Alton posting things every 35 seconds. I can't even scroll through Twitter. You see Alton posting something. Uh, all these things, all this beef, all that stuff happened from that conversation. That was the one that started it all 6 to 8 months ago, maybe even a year ago. We'll have to go back. HHS, you can go back and CK, you can go back and look whenever that conversation was. That's when it started it all. I had the Catholic guy asked me about original sin. I gave my response. HHS said you looked very bad in in that portion, and I disagreed. I didn't think I looked very bad when I was talking to that Catholic with that thing. As you guys know, um, my views on this doctrine are I stick with it biblically. Um, Regarding anybody that disagrees with me, I already, and we'll discuss more. Again, I'm going to share some things that I talked to HHS about that are not personal, like just regular stuff, like nothing crazy, personal sins, nothing like that, or struggles or anything like that. And we have shared some of those things, but that's not, again, that's not the motive. So I'm giving you guys an overview because this is getting ridiculous at this point. So, all right. So check it out. Now, Dolphin saying, how many original sin conversations have there been? None before me. I think there were people that would reference it here and there, but it wasn't like how it was now. That's just a fact, right? Like it was that moment that started all of this, and we're gonna get into all of the details in a bit. But let me not read the comments because it's getting very distracting. Because I want to get to this. It's already 2 in the morning, and I did bring my Switch 2 here. Just guys see here, this is my Switch 2. I have a Steam Deck, a PlayStation. I have all those joints. Got all of that. Was playing some Zelda here. But with that said, let's keep it let's keep it popping. Let's keep it pushing. So yeah, that was that. We had the conversation, and every once in a blue, original sin will come up here and there, and that was that. And the conversation would happen. I don't believe babies are sinners, and then before you know it, I'm not gonna mention any names because I don't want to give anybody clout or anything like that. But there's a particular guy who came into the scene who who's a reformer who feels really strongly about the topic. He feels really strongly about this original sin topic. He's calling people Pelagian. Then there's another reformer. He's calling people Pelagian, right? And they're going around saying these things. And now people are claiming that people are running from that person. That person is running from that person. And, to me, it's getting really ridiculous because, um, and I'm gonna say this from the heart. I really didn't think this was that deep. But you have people that are essentially making this almost a gospel. I do have a Steam Deck. I have a Steam Deck OLED 1 TB. But people are making this seem like it's the gospel, essentially. How we got this far, I don't know. But this is where we're at now. This is where we're at. Um, I can't scroll down my timeline. Alton Johnson is always throwing a shot at my positions. Always. Every day, this man's posting a screenshot, taking a shot. My goodness. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. You feel me? I don't do that. But that's it. People are feeling led to do this, and I don't know why. So today, HHS hits me up. He goes, "Hey, JP, maybe it's not in your best interest to get involved, but there was something that happened on Twitter." Now, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Idol Killer sent me a text message early in the morning, and it was a conversation between HHS and Idol Killer, but I didn't pay it mind because I thought it was James White. So when Idol Killer sent me the screenshot, it was just I saw H's James White's name is H something as well. So I thought Idol Killer was talking to James White. When HHS reached out to me, he's like, "Yo, don't get involved." I'm like, "What the heck is going on?" And I had to tell him, I'm like, "Yo, I'm not really getting involved with the community no more," and that's true. Like I'm not very posted. I'm not posting like that anymore. I'm not engaging with certain individuals. Certain Protestants are getting me sick to my stomach, quite frankly, because this has escalated. It's escalated to the point where this has affected friendships. Like there are individuals that I would talk to every day religiously who don't hit me up no more. It just is what it is. Why? Because of this topic. Because this topic has, and I think pride has a lot to do with this. I think there's a lot of pride going around, a lot of ego going around, in all sides, in all sides. And honestly, the solution to this, I don't even know what the solution to this is. You know what I'm saying? If a conversation happens, it's not going to be fruitful. I have my theories on a person who's causing all this, but I'm going to let him slide. Um, Reason I'm going to let him slide is because I'm I can't be dealing with people that have YouTube channels for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, getting 8 concurrent viewers. I can't give them my attention, not because it's about the numbers, but I've been doing this for 8 years, 5 to 8 years. Some people have been doing this for 5 to 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Like this right here already happened years ago with me and Mauler years ago on Discord and all that when I'm trying to set this up. And so for me to run this back, like I didn't hear these arguments before, it's kind of ridiculous at this point. But what I do see is that there's really no love anymore. There is no love. What do I mean? People have made this personal now. People are insulting each other. People are ending friendships. People are clicking up. People are um, people are doing all this nonsense and taking low blows and all of that stuff. It's getting ridiculous at this point, man. It really is. And it shouldn't be like that. I really believe that CK had a beautiful thing going on where we can all come on and have conversations and all these things. And now it seems to be heading in a different direction, not in CK's, but just the general community, the clicking up and the taking the low blows, the cheap shots, the arguments, taking it on Twitter and making a fiasco and all these things. And fellas, honest to God, I had no idea what was going on when HHS hit me up in the morning saying, "Hey, brother, it would be best not for you to get involved." I didn't know what was going on. I've been so out the loop. Like I've changed my inner circle friends. I'm out. I'm out. I said I'm original sinned out. I'm out. That means anybody I see talking about original sin is getting unsubscribed and blocked and deleted. Like I love Alton Johnson to death. I had to unsubscribe. Every day this man's posting something attacking my view. Every single day. I'm like, my man, every day, sometimes 3 times, 2 times a day. That's my guy, but it's just that's not good for the mental health, man. I'm having a good day and now I'm scrolling back and I see 3 strawmans. Oh, if you deny original sin, you essentially denying the gospel. Come on, man. This is what we're doing? Because I'm not participating. I'm removing myself out. You see, and that's what it is. Like CK is my guy, but the reality is that you gotta course correct, keep it pushing, and leave people behind, and that's what life is, man. Because you gotta protect your own mental health. Like either you're going to have a discussion, do the things, and this goes for everybody, do the appropriate fair things to have that discussion. That goes for everybody, me included, which is why I've refused to engage in this conversation because I'm done. I'm finished. I'm finished. You guys can original sin yourselves out of my life. Take your sinful natures and leave. I don't care no more. You feel me? Because this has gotten toxic. This has gotten toxic. And I'm not cool with the toxic stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got Moeller in the house, but it's just getting ridiculous at this point. It really is. And like I said, I've been doing this for 8 years, 7 to 8 years. Moeller, how long have we known each other? At least 5 years? And then I was doing it 2 years before that. Debating no sass, debating Calvinism, all these things, doing all that, mad years. And then 7 years later, I got to deal with people that got a platform for 2 weeks and they think they something when they not. Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that, man. You know, man, y'all argue amongst yourselves. Y'all could cook yourselves. Y'all do what y'all gotta do, man. Just is what it is. You know, yeah, cook yourselves, but it's like, yo, there's no love in this. The love is gone. I mean, somebody called Idol Killer a cult leader, my man. And granted, I spoke to that person on the phone, and his name will not be mentioned because I spoke to him privately on the phone, and I told him not to cross that line. I said, listen, man, if you cross that line, you won't come back. That's what I told him. I said, listen, if you cross that line, you won't come back. There were people calling him a cult leader. Somebody that I was close with said the idol killer is my king. Or he asked, he said, JP, this is your king? I spoke to him. We squashed it. That was that. You know, but it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? How far are we willing to go? Because at the end of the day, we're Christians, fellas. And has my attitude, have I been the best behaved? Do I watch some of my stuff back and I go, I could have been better? Absolutely. And that's why I've really chilled. I'm not really streaming like that, fellas. Like I'll come in here and there, but I'm not really participating. You don't see me in open panels. CK has taken a break. Since CK has taken a break, everybody and their mama has been trying to take CK's place, doing their own open panels like they CK. I ain't joined not one of those panels. I didn't even comment. I don't even show my face because I'm finished. I'm finished. Enough is enough. When does it end? When does it end? What is the purpose? What is the goal? You want to gain an audience because you know idol killer. This is in general now. This is not towards anybody else, but let me be very clear. Somebody called the man a cult leader. Now, somebody said, are you idolizing Idol Killer? How am I idolizing Idol Killer? That's what I would like to know, Jeffrey. How am I idolizing Idol Killer? I'm not idolizing anybody. But yeah, man, that's just the truth, man. It's getting ridiculous at this point, man. It really is. And I hope a lot of people check their hearts. I know I had to. That's why I took a little break. Give me a second, fellas. I gotta set this up. I'm hearing some static. Last thing you know, I wanna explode my explode my head here. There we go. Hold on, give me a fellas. Second, fellas. Put this here. No, there we go. Much better. There we go. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, this is just getting ridiculous at this point. And it's getting very unfruitful. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's getting unfruitful. It's getting nasty. It's getting prideful. It's getting ugly. It's getting everything. There ain't no love, man. And this is what makes me realize that to a lot of people, and this is why I took the stance that I did back in the day, Mueller as my witness. I used to say Calvinists are not brothers in Christ. I used to say that. The way that this community is acting, the way that some of these guys are acting, and the way that they talk about the other side, I don't think they think we're brothers in Christ. I don't think so. And that's fine. I don't give a damn about Calvinists. I don't care what a Calvinist has to say or not. But the line has been crossed. Cult leader, idol killer is my king. People are supposedly running. If you don't believe this, then you have a different gospel essentially, or a different variation, or Jesus didn't die or sacrifice or atone for you because technically speaking, why did Christ die for you? You could be perfect. All of these things, right? All of these things. And for me, man, it's just kind of like I had a lot of good friendships. I used to talk to some of these fellas every day. And I don't talk to these individuals every day. I don't talk to these individuals at all because I think they see me as an enemy. And that's okay because I won't be reaching out to you. You won't be seeing me around. I won't be around y'all channels. I don't subscribe to all of y'all. And that's just the fact. Again, every single day, these guys are posting something, taking a shot, whatever it's like, bro, how far fallacies, straw man's. Oh, you believe you could lose salvation? Well, then you're not truly justified. Because if you're justified, no true Christian can continue sinning. It's just ridiculous at this point. It's just ridiculous. And I am trying to be a Christian. I am trying to be a Christian. I am trying to be better. I am trying to walk with God. I am trying to really do these things. And social media, take it from me, fellas. Take it from a man that used to get 500 to 700 concurrent viewers in his prime. Right when I met Moeller, maybe before that. And then that's when I fell into sin, and that was that. But take it from somebody like me. I mean, heck, I still pull 3, 4, 500 concurrent viewers on TikTok. Still pull that till this day. Granted, I don't be on TikTok like that no more. But the point is this: take it from me, man. Once the line is crossed, you will never come back. You can never come back, my friends. Once that line is crossed, you can never come back. Can never come back. Because that's just the internet. And the next thing you know, now you're going to have to keep talking about this to keep your algorithm alive. And then before you know it, now this is what you are. All right. So, for me, man, it breaks my heart, but life goes on. And everybody can continue, but I'm just starting to unsubscribe to a lot of channels. Man, I unsubscribe, man, to 20 individuals. Just click unsubscribe, 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 block, block, unsubscribe, not interested, block, block. This is just is what it is. All right, I'll open up the panels if anybody wants anything to say. And if not, we'll take some questions, and then if not, I'm out of here, man. I mean, I won't be out of here. I'll just play my Switch 2. Play my little Switch 2. Play some Legends of what is it? The Legends of Zelda. Yeah, the Legends of Zelda. We got that right here. But yeah, that's that. It is sad. I mean, it really is. The state of YouTube, the area that it's going in, the direction that it's going in. Um, the Jeremiah guy versus Leighton Flowers. I don't think he really touched on the topic. I think he was trying to get gotcha points. And that's what this all really is. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. That's all that it is. Am I perfect? By no means am I perfect. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Am I friends with Idol Killer? Yes. Am I friends with HHS? Yes. Friends with Mueller? Yes. Um, as a result of that, has certain friendships been tarnished? Yeah. I haven't heard from people in weeks, and that's okay. That's all right. You do you, baby. You do you. As long as you ain't forget what I did for you. Well, that's only my policy. Just don't forget. Yeah. And do your original sin, and do what you got to do. And if you guys agree with if you don't agree with Idol Killer, feel free to set up a conversation. Feel free to set up a conversation and talk with the guy. Have a conversation, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it pushing. Somebody said, but do the socks match? Man, I'm wearing black socks. I think they do, but yeah. So that's really it, man. I mean, this Christian YouTube drama is really ridiculous. It really is. It shouldn't have to be like this, man. And I tell people this all the time, man. Learn from me. I've really been at this for a long time. It really leads you nowhere, right? You start beefing, you start getting nasty, and then it's like, for what? Like for what? What is the goal here? What's the goal? What's the end goal? Oh, you won, you got a platform, you got subscribers, you got numbers. Is that the goal? Or is your goal to magnify Christ? Or is your goal to be in an echo chamber and pretend that you're not, but you're in an echo chamber? Because you see me back in my day, and when I say back in my day, I mean 2 months ago, I wasn't with the echo chambers. I'd go anywhere, anytime, any place. And I was talking about original sin consistently every day for weeks during that fiasco. I put it away. I said I'm original sinned out. Next thing you know, people are being called cult leaders. Crazy how that works, right? Crazy how that works, right? Now, I didn't know that just with that conversation I had with HHS, with that Catholic a couple of months ago, might have been like 6, maybe even a year ago. No, no, no. It was last summer, like 2 months after that. So y'all do the math. Maybe like a month after. No, a month after summer. Yes. Yes. That's when I had the conversation there. And who would have thought that that would have started this whole fiasco? Who would have thought? You know, who would have thought? I didn't think this was that deep. I have friends that believe in original sin. You're good to go. I mean, this has taught me that some people are worse than Catholics. Keep it a stat. Now, what do I mean? Everybody has systematics they subscribe to. It's just a fact. And even though Catholics have their systematics, Protestants do too. Or I should say non-Catholics, they do too. You must hold to this systematic. If you don't hold to this systematic, then you are a this. You are a that. So you must hold to my systematic. Hey, why is everything manifesting here? Let me see. Let me try doing like that. So in reality, hold on, fellas. How am I gonna do? Okay, I'll put this here, put this here, then I'll put this here. There we go. Perfect. So we got the setup. Now we got the setup. So in reality, we're all Catholics, I guess. Everybody's a Catholic at the end of the day. If you don't hold to my systematic, then you're a this. We can't disagree. We can't do anything. We just, you're this, you're that. It is what it is. Right? It's real sad. It really, really is. Really is. But I've caught up on some video games. I've been chilling, been reading my word. Got right with God the other day. Now, some of y'all say, what do I mean I got right with God? I really had to repent yesterday. Just yesterday, I said, God, give me a new start. Help me be a new man. Help me get in the battlefield. Help me overcome the battles of the flesh. Help me be the man of God that you want me to be, and help me get in my word. And I've been, you know, pushing through. This was just yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm living a day of repent. Everyone's whenever I fall, I repent, but I'm always trying to push forward. King Silva, I'll be seeing you soon. I'll be seeing you soon. But it's true what I say. Everybody's Catholic. It's true. Everybody. This is where I go. You know, how could you critique a Catholic when you do the same things? This goes for everybody for any doctrine. There are people that believe in once saved, always saved, that say that if you don't believe in once saved, always saved, that you essentially have another gospel. Well, that means that I'm outside of what you believe to be the church. Or if I don't hold to your original sin, if I don't hold to your atonement theory, right? Your atonement theory. Some people believe in not atonement theory, penal substitution. Some people do not believe in penal substitution. Not believing in penal substitution does not mean you're a heretic. There were other systems before penal substitution. There were other systems before penal substitution. Um, and no one was deemed a heretic when they held those systems. So now everything's a heresy, everything's a this, everything's a that. And I'm very careful with calling open theists heretics. I'm very careful. Because then you slide the other token, and then the opposite and the extreme are the Calvinists who say God decreed everything. Some people even say God decreed rape. God decreed murder. God decreed uh, babies getting unalived. Right? So then you have the other opposite side, which I don't agree with Calvinism. I don't agree with open theism. I don't. I'm not philosophically enlightened with both doctrines. I'm not really, well, not with both. I'm very familiar with Calvinism, not too much with open theism, because there's a lot of philosophical implications with open theism. I'm not a philosopher. Somebody said the ransom theory. Yes, there were multiple theories, Otis. On there's multiple theories. It's just not penal substitution, and they were not deemed heretics. And we know that penal substitution became what it is officially in the 1600s. Officially, because I know that there are people that say, "Oh no, there were traces of penal substitution." Sure, that's fair, but there were people that held other theories, and they were not deemed heretics. None of them. And so that's what I have to say, man. Like, I'm very careful now. I'm very, very careful. You know. It's funny. I was listening to Walter Martin. Walter Martin was a reformer, and I was listening to the founder of Calvary Chapel. He unalived not too long ago. I think he unalived. And these guys were prominent in the 80s and 70s. One of them was Reformed, the other one wasn't. This was 80s, and I was listening to them. And I noticed that when they talked about the other side, there was never issues like how it is today. It was just disagreement, and we kept it pushing. Now this is getting to the point where it's just toxic, full blown toxic. Now, am I going to talk about Catholicism? Am I going to talk about Orthodoxy doctrines? Well, I talk about all three. I talk about Protestant doctrines I don't agree with. I talk about Catholic doctrines I don't agree with. I talk about Orthodox doctrines that I don't agree with. I have open dialogues. Who the heck is blowing up my phone? Oh, oh, that's brother. That's the brother. I'll see you Friday and Saturday, brother. But yeah, man, that's just what it is. How did we get here? Why did we get here? You know. So that's that. If you're a Calvinist, you will answer to God for that. If you're a Presbyterian, you will answer to God. If you're not that, if you're a Catholic or Orthodox, you will answer to God. If you're a non-denom, you will answer to God. You will answer to God for all the things that you teach one day. And you will answer to God for how you treated individuals in the process of that. Did you do it in love and meekness with compassion? Or did you do it to try to one up the other person? Everybody will answer to God for that. Everybody. I'm going to answer to God. So will you. And some of y'all probably won't even make it. I'm on the record. What did I say? I said some of y'all probably won't even make it. Just is what it is. Get right with God. Fix your heart posture. Make sure that you're not grieving the Holy Spirit. That's just the reality. Oh, I'm once saved, always saved, though. I'm secured in Christ, that eternal security. You're going to be in for a big surprise, my friend. Check your heart. Check your heart. You know what? That's what Paul said. Paul said, examine your heart to see whether you're in the faith or not. Paul said that. Paul didn't say once saved, always saved, you're good. No, Paul said, examine your heart to see whether you're in the faith or not. Some of y'all going to be surprised, man. Y'all going to be toasting up in that fire. All because you ain't check your heart. Check your heart, fellas. Try to live right. Try to live honest. You know, I try to live right. I'm trying. I'm giving it a shot. I've taken a little step back from YouTube. Try to get my attitude right. Try to change as a person. Try to change, reform my mind. Not reform like become Calvinist, but reform my mind as in like trying to walk by the Spirit. Otis said, examine yourself to see whether you're worthy to take the Eucharist. Yes, that is true. Paul did say that. But again, it's whether the Eucharist is literally or not literally. I don't want to go there. But yes, you're correct. Paul did say, examine yourself before you take the Eucharist. In other words, if you're only taking the Eucharist because you're hungry, you're cooked. That's another thing, man. Like, I take the Eucharist very seriously. I need to take that Eucharist, so I haven't took it in months. So I've been working on Sundays, but the Lord knows. The Lord has grace. Been working on Sundays. Now somebody said, and those who do make it will be surprised with purgatory. I don't believe in purgatory, but for your sake, you would hope the purgatory is true for your sake. Because if it's not true, then you would have to give an answer to God for that. And that goes for every doctrine. That goes for every doctrine. And don't cop out and say, oh, this is not a salvation issue. You feel me? Oh, no, this is not a salvation issue, blah, blah, blah. And then you make it a salvation issue. Right? You know, man, I'm gonna be 34 years old in one day. But be 34 in one day. I'm getting old now, man. 34 years old. It's gonna be Uncle JP in one more year. One more year, fellas. You know, sometimes, man, it's time to grow up. You gotta know what it is. You gotta keep it pushing. Sometimes take the higher road. You know what I'm saying? But we're all gonna give an answer to God, and teachers will be judged more strictly. Teachers will be judged more strictly. Somebody said, "Do they have the Eucharist at your church?" Not like the Catholic Church. No. All right. So this is the second call. If anybody wants to join, you can. Um, Feel free to chat. But if you cannot talk, that's fine. Um, you cannot talk, that is fine. I'll be wrapping up, and it is 2 something in the morning. So understood. And I'm gonna just play a couple of games here. Get in my word as well. Get in my word. Stay prayed up and keep it pushing. You know. And I'll be on YouTube eventually. I think Idol Killer might do a review on some of the original sin stuff. He might not. I think Moeller might be participating in that again. He might not. And that's that. And then, at a certain point, life goes on. You got to make the proper things to just cut people off, man. You know. Somebody said, "What you want to vent exactly?" I don't want to vent. If anybody wants to talk about anything, they can. If not, fellas, not. Look what we got right here. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys don't know what you guys are. Got to tell you guys, man, this Switch 2, man, is beautiful for the Nintendo exclusives. The Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives. Beautiful. Beautiful. Somebody said, why do they call it the Eucharist? It's a good question. I call it Holy Communion. I call it Holy Communion. I'm a little hyped right now because I got 5 hearts on Zelda. Got me 5 hearts. All right, I guess that I can wrap up now. If there's any questions, you guys can let me know. If not, I've said my piece. I am already. I am original. Send out. Somebody said Eucharist means Thanksgiving. They ain't never have no turkeys in my Eucharist though. I'm kidding. Get it? Haha. You know? But anyways, Idol Killer and Moeller may be having something going on soon. So I would check that out. Yes, I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom. I couldn't play Breath of the Wild because game was a little bit complicated. Tears of the Kingdom is flowing very nice. All right. Well, I guess I'm going. I can't go to sleep, but you know. Somebody said, you know Isaiah Robinson? Nope, I do not know Isaiah Robinson. All right, I'm out of here. I said my piece. Time to go